Hello students, I am Jaya Abraham from Mathematics Department. Now we are going to study the topic Fourier Transform from the 5th module of MAT 102. First of all, we can see what is a Fourier Transform. A Fourier Transform is an integral transform that decomposes a signal into its constituent components and frequencies. Already you have studied Fourier series. It is applicable only to periodic signals. So there are naturally produced signals such as non-periodic or aperiodic signals which we can't represent using Fourier series. To overcome this, Joseph Fourier developed a mathematical model to transform signals between time domain to frequency domain and vice versa, which is called Fourier transform. We can see some applications of Fourier transform. It has many applications in physics and engineering such as analysis of LTI systems, radar, astronomy, signal processing, etc. It finds useful application in solving partial differential equations. The Fourier transform is also used in nuclear magnetic resonance and other kinds of spectroscopy. It is also useful in quantum mechanics, etc. Now we see the definition of Fourier transform. If a function f of x is absolutely integrable on the x-axis and piecewise continuous on every finite interval, then the Fourier transform f of omega is given by f of omega equal to 1 by root of 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity f of x e raised to minus I omega x dx. And the inverse Fourier transform is given by f of x equal to 1 by root of 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity f of omega e raised to I omega x d omega. Another notation for the Fourier transform is script f of f. Now we will see some examples of Fourier transform. First one is find the Fourier transform of f of x equal to 1 if mod x less than 1 and f of x equal to 0 otherwise. We can see the solution. First of all, write the formula for Fourier transform f of omega equal to 1 by root of 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity f of x e raised to minus I omega x dx. Then we can see the function. The function f of x equal to 1 if mod x less than 1 means x lies between minus 1 and plus 1. For all other values of x, function value equal to 0. Therefore, Fourier transform becomes f of omega equal to 1 by root of 2 pi. Integral becomes minus 1 to plus 1 e raised to minus I omega x dx. That's equal to 1 by root of 2 pi e raised to minus I omega x divided by minus I omega between the limits minus 1 to plus 1. Then after applying the upper limit and lower limit, the integral becomes 1 by minus I omega root of 2 pi e raised to minus I omega minus e raised to plus I omega. And we know that e raised to I omega equal to cos omega plus I sin omega, and e raised to minus I omega equal to cos omega minus I sin omega, and e raised to I omega minus e raised to minus I omega equal to 2I sin omega. Substituting this in the above formula, the value of the Fourier transform becomes f of omega equal to root of pi by 2 sin omega by omega. See the second problem. Find the Fourier transform of f of x equal to e raised to minus ax if x greater than 0 and f of x equal to 0 if x less than 0. Here a is positive. Then similar to the previous one, first write the formula of Fourier transform, that is f of omega equal to 1 by root of 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity f of x e raised to minus I omega x dx. Then see the given function f of x equal to e raised to minus ax if x greater than 0, and for all other values of x, function value equal to 0. Therefore, this Fourier transform becomes f of omega, that's equal to script f of e raised to minus ax that's equal to 1 by root of 2 pi integral 0 to infinity e raised to minus ax into e raised to minus I omega x dx. We know that e raised to x into e raised to y equal to e raised to x plus 1. So the answer becomes 1 by root of 2 pi e raised to minus of a plus I omega x divided by minus of a plus I omega between the limits 0 to infinity. Apply the upper limit and lower limit. The answer becomes 1 by root of 2 pi into a plus I omega. Now we can see some properties of Fourier transform. Then the first is the linearity property. It says that the Fourier transform is a linear operation, that is for any functions f of x and g of x whose Fourier transforms exist and any constants a and b, the Fourier transform of the linear combination af plus bg exists and the Fourier transform becomes script f of af plus bg equal to a script f of f plus b script f of g. That is the Fourier transform of the linear combination of f and g equal to the sum of the separate Fourier transforms. We can see the proof of the above property. Script f of a plus bg, that's equal to 1 by root of 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity af plus bg into e raised to minus I omega x dx. That is, in the Fourier transform formula, in the place of function you replace af plus bg. Then the next step, it becomes split into two integral, that is a into, take the constant outside, into 1 by root of 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity f of x into e raised to minus I omega x dx plus b into 1 by root of 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity g of x into e raised to minus I omega x dx. That's equal to a into, the first integral denotes Fourier transform of f of x, second integral denotes Fourier transform of g of x. Therefore, the answer becomes a script f of x plus b into script f of g of x. Second property, the Fourier transform of the derivative of f of x. That is, let f of x be continuous on the x-axis and f of x tends to 0 as mod x tends to infinity, and let f dash x be absolutely integrable on the x-axis, then the Fourier transform of f dash x equal to I omega into Fourier transform of f of x. We can see the proof of this property. That is, Fourier transform of f dash x equal to 1 by root of 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity f dash x into e raised to minus I omega x dx. That is, in the formula of Fourier transform, replace the function by f dash x. Now we can integrate by parts. Here, take e raised to minus I omega x as the first function, f dash x as the second function. So 1 by root of 2 pi, first function, that is e raised to minus I omega x into integral of the second function. Integral of f dash x is f of x between the limits minus infinity to infinity minus integral of derivative first. Derivative of e raised to minus I omega x is e raised to minus I omega x into minus I omega into integral of the second, that is f of x. Then apply the limits in the first term, and in the property it was specified that as mod x tends to infinity, f of x value tends to 0. That is, as plus and minus x tends to infinity, f of x value is 0. So apply these values in the first term. You can see that first term becomes 0 and the second term only remains. In the second term, that integral represents our Fourier transform of f of x. Therefore, you can see that Fourier transform of f dash x equal to I omega Fourier transform of f of x. Now we can see the definition of convolution. convolution of two functions f and g denoted by f star g equal to f star g of x, or that is also equal to h of x, equal to integral minus infinity to infinity f of p g of x minus p dp, that is again equal to integral minus infinity to infinity f of x minus p g of p dp. And the convolution theorem states that if f and g are piecewise continuous, bounded and absolutely integrable on the x-axis, then the Fourier transform of f star g equal to root of 2 pi Fourier transform of f into Fourier transform of g.